Hello, it's another Thursday and it's another week of the Parenting Business, the podcast for parents and business owners who are basically kind of juggling all of the challenges that come with that. But before we get into the main part of the show, don't forget you can follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen. Do also feel free to get in touch with your stories or top tips about how you balance your parenting business. You can either leave us a comment or drop us an email to podcast@parentingbusiness.com. Also, please make sure you leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or whatever podcast platform you listen to. And make sure you share us with other parents and business owners just to help us spread the love, spread the word, and get people involved. And with that, let's get on with this week's show. Ben, hello
Afternoon,
again.
Evening, hello again.
Just before we get into it, I'm just looking because obviously we record independently. We're not rich enough to have studios. I'm a bit. Is your box in the background of your camera
wife's
okay?
sideline is going rather well, and
Is it?
Yeah, she's doing good. Yeah.
So she is now a business owner and parent as well.
Yeah, of sorts. Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow,
Yeah,
rock
she's
and
doing
roll.
all right. Yeah, she's doing all right.
Good. How's your week?
Reasonable, but with a kick in the balls. But overall, pretty good.
I don't think there's anything reasonable about kicking the balls.
But it happens, doesn't it? It's a fact of life. These things just occur. Am I going first for high and lows then?
Go on then, you go first for highs and lows.
So we've just come back this morning from a long weekend at the seaside.
Nice.
Lovely time, you know. There was seal sanctuary and the animal sanctuary. Arcades, water parks, beach, you know, all the above.
I love a good arcade. 2-penny push machines.
Yeah, that's oh god, yeah. In fact, you've reminded me. I had an epiphany of what the purpose of my life is
Okay.
at the 2-penny machines. Just your kids putting money in after money in after money in after money in, spending all the money, turning around and going more.
Yeah.
That is literally how life is going to be now. Probably until my dying day. Anyway, they enjoyed it.
I love it. That is very true.
It was a great weekend. I kind of took my mother and brother up and bought a couple of caravans for the weekend.
I will say that's thankful.
Treated Granny, and that was we all enjoyed
just be thankful
ourselves.
It wasn't 10p machines.
They were there as well.
Yeah, I know, but I bet you got them on the 2p ones the same as I do.
Oh, 100%, mate, 100%. If I'm going to lose money, it may as well be 2p's.
Yeah.
or running my own business, of course, which
I was just going to say
seems to be the other pastime where putting money in and money in and money in, and it turns around and asks for more.
Yeah.
But,
see, businesses and children are very much the same.
Just need a boat now, and I can waste money on everything.
So are staff. They're very much the same as children too.
Yeah, we were set to fire one who resigned just before come and have the meeting. So yeah, we're a man down.
Yeah.
Not that makes much odds. The reason we're firing him is for not turning up to work. So we're a man down regardless. You know, you give someone a full-time job, and 3 weeks later he's done average 2 days a week. He's got to go, isn't he?
Wow.
Different excuses every time. The excuses don't marry up. If you know which of these is true, if any.
Yeah.
You're all right when you're in, seeing as all you knew, but it's just not good enough. So
yeah,
sorry, mate.
It's not. You can't do that as a business owner. So sorry, I butted in. That your high was
you do that.
You
do that all the way.
I know I did. And your low was that? Is that the staff challenge?
Not really.
Not
really. That's something you take in your stride because you kind of expect it. You know, we've hired some bloody good staff of late. Well, we were due a negative experience at some point, and there we go. The job adverts go back up. We've got a couple of names to ring, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So go on then. What's your low?
3D auto keys from Annesley.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so regular listeners will know. Last week my car's gone in. I
was just going to say last week it was recovery companies. AXA Insurance.
AXA Insurance. and we're going to add 3D auto keys to the list because the car's gone in, as you know, and there has been a recurring electrical gremlin in there, which over time drains the battery. Now, our car key is in two parts. The actual key, and then it's called a blade, but this little metal spiky thing that helps you open the boot when the battery's dead.
The thing that we used
he's
to all
interrupting
have
again,
sticking
listeners,
out of
isn't
that
he?
key.
Do you want to fucking know this
just
story
saying,
or
it's
not?
the thing we always used to have when we had good old
The
keys
thing-
that were keys.
Yes, it's a bit like a good old key, just a bit thinner. But it'll open the boot when the battery's dead, and which I've used several times. And anyway, it's in the garage. Obviously, the battery's dead. Of course, 'cause it's been sat there for a few days till you can look at it. Okay, fair enough. I'll try and dig that out. And can I, for the life of me, find it? 3 hours looking. Lord knows where this bloody key is. So I rings them back. Do you know a locksmith? He says, well, not really, but there's a couple around. Try these. So he rings these. This is Friday morning. And yeah, it's not quite as simple as that, but we can come and sort it. We can break into the car and sort your 2 new keys out. Blah, 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 blah. 200 quid. So, okay. At this point, we've not diagnosed all the faults with the car yet from the incident that isn't driver's error, AXA. But anyway, so we're not 100% everything that's gone wrong. We know it's radiator, it's probably oil sump. Anything else, don't know. We need to get it up there on the ramp. For that, we need to get it fucking started. Before we get it started, we need to break in. Okay, so this afternoon gets the phone call. The guy's there. Nothing I can do, mate. I says, what do you mean? You said that we can... yeah, not with this because it's a crap design with Jaguar. And the way to do it is XYZ. And I need to be able to break into the boot. First thought would be taking the back seats down. Where's the manual pull for take your back seats down? In the boot. Fucking course it is. So,
oh my word.
Yeah. So there's no actual way I can get in unless I break something. And you're thinking, well, I'm already at the point, do I keep it or not? We're just trying to get a diagnosis. So he's saying, I can smash the window, but then you'll need a new back window. I can break the back seats, which you'll A, fail an MOT, B, you've got car seats in the back seats at the minute. So what do you want to do? And I says, well, I think the writing's on the wall. We were umming and ahhing whether that car's worth saving. And I'm probably at the point now, if I don't think of hotels in the next sort of 24 hours, it can have to be sadly scrapped. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's just the call out fee then of 90 quid. And I'm thinking... you told me you could do it. If you'd have said to me at the beginning, we're not sure, call out's 90 quid. Cool, that's the agreement in the beginning. But they says, no, we can sort that, 200 quid. And he rings, problem with this, problem with that. Yeah, sorry, we weren't really to know, especially lady behind the desk at the reception, taking the call, doing the sales, wouldn't know, and blah, blah. And I completely get that. Well, don't tell me you can do it, then charge me 90 quid then. Bastards. Pleasant company to deal with, to be fair, and very knowledgeable and smashing guy. But why charge me 90 quid for something that you can't do after telling me you could do it? Bastards. So they're today's low.
One question, and I'm not teaching you to suck eggs here, as I usually am, but most blades are stored inside the key.
Yeah, I know.
So I assume that... Do you only have one key for it?
I do now, yeah, because I've lost the other one. It says ringing endorsement for how organised I am.
Yeah.
And I gave the garage the part of the key. The blade element is on my house keys.
Is on your house keys?
Lord knows where they are either. Because I've not used them for a few days. Normally I'm in and out of my car a couple of times a day, and I don't really tend to lose them for very long.
So you can get into the main part of the car, but you can't get into the boot.
Yeah, because it's unlocked. It's unlocked because battery's dead and this recurring issue.
Is the boot in the battery?
Nope. Battery's in the boot.
Is the battery in the boot?
How thick do you have to be? Come on, wake up. Dial in.
Okay. But usually, to jump start a car now, even when the battery's in the boot, there's jump starts on the engine block.
Nope. Jaguar doesn't have that.
There's no jump start points in the engine on a Jag.
Not in the engine block on a Jaguar. I didn't know that either till this afternoon.
Well, that's
and to be fair, 3D auto keys were going to do that.
Yeah.
The lady on the desk didn't know that. The guy who came out sort of, I fucking could have told you that if I'd have known, sort of thing. So it's not really their fault, but then don't tell me you can do it and then charge me 90 quid for a 10-minute drive. Yes. But there we are. Minor, innit?
Have you?
The world keeps
I'm doing
turning.
it now while we're on the phone.
Go on. Come on, then get on with it. Doing it now while we're on the phone.
So, I'm looking at. I'm using a bit of the old Google Gemini.
Go on then.
to look at how you jumpstart a Jaguar or put power into a Jaguar when you can't get into the boot.
Yeah, go on.
I've come up
To
with
be honest,
various videos.
I want you to win this and call me stupid or something, so I can at least get it
so you
sorted.
can get in. Yeah, exactly.
But equally, I've got the experts, two experts, one mechanic, one key guy, telling me you can't do it.
I don't know how you do that. One says use the wheel well to get access to the trunk, but
the wheel
cut a big hole in the bloody wheel well.
Yeah. Bear in mind, there's been a few issues of late, and I've been umming and ahhing about getting rid of it anyway. So.
Oh, okay. So here's somebody.
Yeah.
2012 Jaguar XF.
Close enough, yeah.
Able to access cabin through the driver's key. Look at it work. Looking up online, I'm thinking of doing the following. Open the fuse panel under the right-hand side passenger glove box.
Yeah, it's done.
Connect a battery charger to the positive terminal connected to the fuse panel. Connect the ground from the battery charger to the metal door hinge. Hit the trunk release button near the driver's steering wheel.
He has been fucking about with the fuse box panel. I know that. Everything he said, but I can't actually remember. Go on.
Here we go. Apparently, if you jack up the car, remove the right front wheel and wheel arch liner, you'll find a positive battery terminal under a red plastic cap, and there's a picture of it. So under the right front wheel arch, you take the liner out, and apparently there's a positive battery terminal under the cap there for jump starting it if you can't get into the boot.
I mean, fucking well, palaver.
Yeah, it is an absolute palaver. Most cars, you open the bonnet and there's a big red thing there that you take the cap off, isn't there? But apparently on a Jag, it's hidden in the wheel well, in the driver's side wheel arch. Take the liner off, and there's a positive terminal there that you can connect to.
We're trying to find out if it's scrap or not. You know, fucking how much is this going to go?
No, the wheel arches just pull out. They're only held on by clips.
Okay. Send me the link to that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is on jaguarforums.com.
So I'll go down some of that, ask them if I can try that, and if it still don't work, then we'll scrap it.
Someone said, "Thanks for all the info. I find the fuse box method easier."
He tried that. He told me he tried that. To be fair.
Yeah. People aren't saying that it's wrong to go under the wheel well in the wheel arch.
Okay. All right. We'll try it.
The driver's side.
We'll try it.
There we go. I'll send it to you.
Oh, thank you, Seth. So yeah, cars really, as opposed to the phone. It's the locksmith itself. But I'm a bit pissed off at being charged when they couldn't do it after telling me they got.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's the situation with the car. But the other thing is, I've only got one more week. I don't really need a car quickly anyway.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You can share my wife's a bit when the kids are off school, because she's a school teacher, and kids don't need to be at nursery at the same time she has to be in school. I walk to work half the time anyway, and it's summer. Yeah, if it's pissing it down in the winter, that's not much fun in August. So I will be. I'll be buying another car in August, but I'm not going to rush to get the first one that's out there. I can take my time with it.
Yeah. I'm actually quite envious of your ability to walk to work in the summer. I kind of wish I could.
It's not hard. Just put one leg in front of the other.
Yeah, I know, but I've got somewhat further to go. I think it'd take me about 3 hours to walk to work.
You'll lose more weight then, won't you? Saves you going to see that gym.
Yeah, but to get in there for 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm having to leave at 5.
Oh, do that then. Stop whinging. Some people have to walk that far for water.
They do.
You're whinging.
They do.
Moan,
if I drop my daughter off at school, then I've got to walk twice. I'll have to walk twice as far, because hers is half an hour drive in the opposite direction from work.
Be thin in no time, not you? Think of all the calories you'll burn, man.
I've lost a business because I'll never be there.
Come on, your turn now. We're pissing up the rope here.
Go on then. Yes, we have chatted on for a while.
No, you can edit most of it out, can't you?
Okay, lows. I'll start with a low because I prefer to finish on a high.
Yeah.
Low was just, when you've got a member of staff and you love them to bits.
Nope, I don't go that far. We're not that kind of place. Go on.
You love them to bits, but they fuck up reading a specification and ruin about $1.5 grand worth of stuff.
Is that all? That's not bad.
Yeah. Or no, I won't say ruin. I mean,
been there.
cause about £1.5 grand worth of unnecessary costs just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they misread
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Been there.
yeah, that's been a pretty low because, I mean, you're helping me out with this, and I'm really grateful.
Well, I'm trying
for your
to.
support
If you'll
with
fucking sort it out for me.
Yes, I know. And what I was actually going to speak really nicely of you then. I know it's unusual. I appreciate that you're bending over backwards to try and help me pull it in on time as much as possible.
Bend over backwards for most of our clients. It's only a couple we don't like.
You bend over forwards for some of them.
Yeah. if there's enough zeros on the check, that's fine. I've got bills to pay. I'm not a proud man.
I was thinking more of some of them absolutely shafting you up the arse.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yes, I'm just.
This has highlighted your non-existent quality control department.
Well, I think it was a lack of. Not a lack of. It was too much trust in an ability to tell the difference in length between 3.2 and 2.6 meters on a diagram.
Yeah, but human beings fuck up all the while. If you're not,
they do.
If you're not quality control checking it, you've got to expect it.
Yeah, I mean, we do.
Not that I'm a shining example, but our returns are very low. They used to be they used to be disastrously high.
Well, our returns are very low, and it never would have got to the customer like that. But no,
because the poor twat who's trying to help you out can't make the product.
Yeah, I know. So the customer would never find out, because the customer's not going to be told it was cut wrong.
It was complete incompetence and ineptitude. Please come again.
But it's just I don't like, one, the loss in cost, and two, the fact that with this one I'm missing a target that I'd kind of set.
We're letting people down, and we don't like letting people down.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I like to under promise and over deliver. We'll
sort it out quick as we can, best we can. We'll learn some lessons, get a fucking quality control method, and we'll move on in life.
And I think, quality control is that we CAD cut. It's just we weren't able to CAD cut on this occasion.
But nobody's checking. Nobody's taking one of them at random and going, let's just check we've done it right.
But that's why, for me, automation is good on some things. Because
your computer system,
100% the drawing is right, the CAD cut machine follows the drawing.
Yeah, unless some knobhead inputs it wrong.
But once the drawing's right the first time, the file is saved and doesn't get changed. So
it's not your staff's fault then, it's bloke who did the drawings. Who does the drawings in your place?
No.
These
weren't CAD cut.
Who is it who does your drawings?
We couldn't get onto the CAD cut machine, so these were cut by hand by the person who made the error. And he read the drawing wrong. The drawing that would have been sent to the CAD cut machine, had it been CAD cut, was given to a human being. The CAD cut machine can't read the drawing wrong. A human being can. So the drawing was right. The human made the error that was interpreting the drawing.
Do we believe in listeners?
You can't pin that one on me for a bad drawing.
Write in with your verdict, listeners.
And in fact, you've got the drawing, and you praised me, or your operations manager praised how good my drawings were.
She did, and I called you a thick twat when I found out how much it costs.
You'd call me a thicker twat if you knew how much a CAD cut machine cost.
Well, I know how much a CAD cut machine costs. No, I'm jealous. I like your CAD cut machine.
They are good, but they are only as good as the operator.
Which we've just seen, haven't we?
Well, no, this person doesn't operate the CAD cut machine. Anywho, we've got to move on because we've got a guest coming up, so I'm going to go on to my high. My high is that I'm booking another holiday.
Another one? How can you afford that with all these fuck-ups?
2 holidays this year, I know. Well, because I was booking it and committed to booking it before the fuck-up.
Find the money somehow. Yeah. Could be worse. Could have to buy a new car in the mix.
Well, yeah, true. I don't buy new cars. I buy new companies, although we'll talk about that next week. So, yes, I'll throw that one into the mix. But, I kind of surprised my partner. I did that thing of... yeah.
No, what about the holiday you're going to go on? Go on.
I did that thing. I thought I'd be, I don't know whether it's romantic or just fun or whatever. So we've said for a while we want a few days away together after the kids all go back to school. Just because it's a bit of time for us. It's only a few days. So I did the thing of I worked out 2 holidays that she would like to go on, or 2 types of holiday. I wrote one on one envelope, one on the other envelope. I didn't tell her what either of them were, and she chose an envelope, which decided the fate of our holiday. And she doesn't know what's in the other envelope. And I'm not going to say it on here just in case she does listen.
She don't listen. You've told her she don't listen.
Well, she does listen, but anyway,
I've
she wants
stopped
to go to
listening.
sleep.
Yeah.
You stopped listening when we're actually talking.
I stopped listening ages ago.
So yes, we have booked a holiday,
Good for you.
or I've booked a holiday, and she was really pleased because it was one of the holidays she wanted, and we had a bit of fun by neither of us knew where we were going until she'd actually picked an envelope. So yeah,
there we are.
It's
no,
nice.
Good for you, mate.
And for those that do want to know, not that anybody does, and I know that you don't give a shit either.
No, I know.
We're going to Paris for a few days, and yes, we're going to Disneyland. So the kids will be mightily pissed off.
Here's me thinking you're taking her up the Champs-Elysees or something, playing with your Eiffel Tower. Nope, you're going to see Mickey and Donald.
For one day. We'll go for one day.
It does sound nice, mate. It's good when you have these little breaks when you work for yourself, because you can actually switch off. I find myself, you can almost feel it like hitting a wall of just, I've stopped, my mind's switched off. Oh, I'm tired. So it's important to do it every now and then.
We're only doing, I say only, we're doing a long weekend, which for me works out quite nice, because actually I'm only going to miss one day off work because we're not around on a Friday anyway. You know, we do a compressed week. So Friday to Monday, I'm only actually out of the office for one day, but we get a few days away. Yeah.
Good for you, mate.
So yes.
Well done.
Anywho, I think we've got an episode this week where we recorded with a guest.
Forgot his name, haven't you?
Chris.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, you see, it's not just a hat rack, my friend. It's not just a hat rack.
Just a hat rack. No, there's a bag in there somewhere full of air.
So I think it's time that we go and have a chat with Chris effectively.
It was a good chat, that one, especially if you're like me, who's a technical dinosaur, completely oblivious to the modern age and how it can help. This episode's really for you.
Yeah, I think so, because
put us on pause, get a notepad, you'll need it.
Because yeah, if that modern technology of using a laptop and actually having to remember to charge it and bring your charger home from work.
No.
Anywho, let's get on and let's have a chat with Chris. So we are joined today by Chris, Technical Director at Geostream Solutions. Chris, hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
You're very welcome. It's an absolute pleasure. So we'll get straight into it. Tell us a little bit about what you do now and then what led you in your life to this point work-wise first.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Technical Director at Geostream Solutions. And what we do cybersecurity and managed IT for businesses. We protect and manage IT systems and we primarily focus on Microsoft 365.
Okay.
But as the time goes on, we're helping more businesses with AI, the buzzword, right? And adopting that and making sure it's secure. Just working with businesses on how to use it and how it can benefit them. So my day to day is I see a lot of customers. So I'm traveling quite a bit. I do come to the office, work with the team, and like I say, help direct the business, ensure we're efficient, we're moving forward, and everyone's having a good time, really.
Okay, brilliant. And so what led you to that point? How long have you been at Geostream? How long have you been technical director, and what were you doing beforehand?
Yeah, so I've been at Geostream for, I think it's 7 years. I've been technical director for, I think, about 3. So it's quite an interesting story, really, because I actually started on the support desk at Geostream. So I worked my way up to technical director, which is quite nice.
Yeah, yeah.
But my career started, I actually worked for a doctor's surgery, actually, the NHS.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started off as an apprentice. And the reason is, I didn't want to go to uni, basically. I didn't want to, truthfully, I didn't want to be in debt from day one. So I decided I want to get into work, and I looked at some apprenticeships, and I thought at the time, start at the NHS, get in with a doctor's surgery, and the beauty there was I worked my way up in different roles at that place, and I got into an IT role, something I've always
Okay.
loved doing, what I loved.
Okay. So you were, how old were you at this point? Was this kind of 16, 17?
I'm probably 18, 19, 'cause I did college,
Okay. Oh,
um,
okay.
but I didn't do uni.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people are considering whether uni's almost worth it now, aren't they?
Mm,
And I think a lot of people did because they're worried about debt and they're worried about employment even after uni. I think there's entrepreneurs now recommending that certain young people don't bother with uni. Go and get a job, and you'll probably be ahead of your mates that went to uni by the time they get out of uni.
yeah.
So
Mm.
okay. So I've been in IT for a long time then.
Yeah, I mean, I was always destined for IT.
Okay.
I've always been interested since school. I did like computer science at college, and I've done a lot of things. And like I say, um, I got into the NHS to start understanding working in a business. Worked my way up, and got into an IT role, and then moved from there into another company, but that specifically did IT support, but for schools. So I got that knowledge, and then from there I got into business.
Okay. And then what about family life? Because you've got a daughter, haven't you?
I do. I have an 8-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, family life is great. Got a wife, got an 8-year-old daughter. I'm really lucky because I've got a very strong support from family from both sides. So I'm very lucky in that area. With childcare and things like that, I've been very fortunate that I have that support. So it's I've been really lucky.
And I was just doing the quick maths in your head. So your daughter's 8. You started at Geostream 7 years ago. So you said
Yes,
roughly.
yeah,
So you changed jobs when your daughter was only kind of 1 year old or
yeah,
thereabouts.
yeah, pretty
So
much.
how was that? Because
Yeah.
did that feel a bit like a leap of faith, or worried about,
Or
what
was
if it
that the
doesn't work out?
motivation?
It
Got a
was more.
little.
Yeah, it was more. Um, I mean, I'm a very motivated person. I always want to strive to do the best. I did school sport. I really enjoyed it. A great company I worked for. It was always business I wanted to get into, different environments. So the opportunity came up. It was the right time. Even though I had a daughter who was 1. Like I say, I've got a strong supportive family, so I was able to do that quite easily, really, and make that jump.
And making that jump, did that kind of, was that a step up, and did that kind of increase your workload and pressure and around balancing that kind of family life and work life?
To be honest, it probably improved because, like I said,
Okay.
I came in to Geostream and started off on the support desk, whereas previously to that, I was doing school support and traveling to school sites every day. So there was a lot more
Okay.
traveling. So because where I am now, I'm only like 15 minutes from here, so it's much closer than my 45-minute commute from the other job. Is a better move, to be honest, for family. But in other areas, it was more pressure because going from schools, in my opinion, school to business, obviously with production and stuff, it was a lot, but great. Something I strive to do, and I love a good challenge.
And we
Yeah.
all, that's why we do
I
these
was
crazy
going to
things.
say, don't we all? So at that kind of time, did that mean that you were able to be around more kind of as a dad to support your wife and support your daughter growing up? Would you say that was maybe part of the motivation for making the move as well then?
Yeah, I would definitely say so because it's closer.
Yeah.
And even though there's always still travel involved, if I have to go to like a customer site, for example, or any meeting, most of the time when I first started at Geostream, was on the support desk, so in the office with the team and taking calls, doing tickets, and so on, and supporting the customers we had.
Yeah. Okay. And as we kind of move forward, your daughter's a little bit older, so does she know lots about kind of what daddy does? When because I'm guessing you do have to work longer days now. I mean, we're recording at what 7:30 odd in the evening, and you're actually at work.
In his air-conditioned office.
Well, yes, while we're melting.
So I do try my hardest to put a strict rule in that I don't do any work whilst my daughter's up after work. Does that make sense? Sometimes it doesn't always happen.
Okay.
But
this is when you're at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do try. So when I come home from work, let's say if I get in 5 or 6 o'clock, depending on what time, depending on what I'm doing on the day, I try not to do any work until if she's up. And then when she goes to bed, if I have to do something, I'll do it later on if I have to.
Okay.
There's something to do.
Yeah.
I do try my hardest to be, because obviously physically there, but mentally there. It's important, right? But there are times, I'm sure you guys know as well, that you just have to do work. And then it happens.
Yeah.
It's the juggling act.
It really is.
Something we're interested in from various people is how they manage that. So you said you remained disciplined with your evenings. How many times would you stay late in the office? Is that discipline strict as well, only once a week, twice a week, or is it is what it is, whatever?
I don't normally stay in the office. I thought, because I just finished a few things up and I obviously had this podcast, it just made sense to not travel and then set everything up at home. So normally, I mean, a lot of the time I'm not really in the office. I'm usually traveling about anyway now because of my role.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So, so when I do get home, I do try my hardest to spend as much time as I can with my daughter, my wife when she gets in, but then get back at it.
I was just going to say, what about your wife?
Yeah, so and so obviously what she does at the moment is so she's changed roles and stuff, so she doesn't actually get into like 7:30 normally.
Oh, okay.
So it's more me and my daughter, and then my wife gets in, then all of us, and then once my daughter goes to bed, I try and spend a bit of time with my wife, and then get back to work. Long hours, yeah, so juggling out. But I think also with me, so a lot of people, obviously, everyone has hobbies. A lot of people play, I don't know, video games or just do other things. My hobby is my work. So I'm always wanting to learn and do better. And that's my hobby really. So it kind of ties in as well. It doesn't sound as bad as it sounds, but
no, you're not approaching burnout or anything.
Been there before, and it does happen. It does happen. But burnout is because I'm doing too much. So one big thing I'm working on, and still I will always work on, is try to delegate more correctly, going down the right channels and stuff with the right people, so everything runs as best as it can for the business. But hey, yeah, I'll admit I've been burnt out quite a few times. There's no getting away from that sometimes.
And how does that affect family life?
A couple of ways really. If I get burnt out, I either just like conk out, just need a break. So I probably will just then play more time with family, just like not do work and just literally take a full break. Other times, even though you're burnt out, it might be a case of by completing all the tasks, it helps with that. So you probably end up doing work still. So yeah.
I was just going to say, you've just said that work is almost your hobby as well. Would you say you find it difficult to switch off from work then? Do you have other things that you would consider your hobby, which are not work related, where you actually get the opportunity to give your brain, your head a rest from work?
So I work hard, like play hard. I think so. Like it's more
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
case of it's. I'm a big believer in, for me anyway. Is how you say obviously work smarter and stuff. So I'm more of a case of work smarter and harder. That's like my mentality for me anyway.
Okay.
Because obviously I'm just driven like that, and that's just who I am as a person. But what I do is I have obviously other things I like. I obviously like football. I like other things like that. But I probably watch that depending on what time it's on, as I do maybe a bit of work.
Okay.
Um, but at the odd times, obviously, I step away from work and have a break. But
Yeah,
because it's my
yeah.
hobby and I want the best for the business, I want the best for the team, I want the best for everything, and obviously the best for the customer. Putting that extra time in, it it makes us.
Do you find yourself? I'm assuming your usual week is a 9 to 5, not 9 to 5, sorry, a Monday to Friday, and you're not working at weekends, or are you generally also kind of working at weekends as well?
So I can work at weekends, but that's because so obviously my workload is just my workload, and obviously because I was technical director, I'm involved in every area of the business really, which is nice. I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. Um, Sometimes for me, the way it might sound silly, but when it's the weekend or at night and businesses are closed, I can catch up on emails and work because obviously phones aren't going to ring, emails aren't going to ring, staff aren't going to ask for support and stuff like that. It's literally like almost a pause in the work, so I get to catch up, ready for the next day. And that, to be honest, that normally what happens there is I've sent so many emails, they all come flooding in the next day. But at least it gives me, I find it beneficial actually.
So like you're jumping ahead of the next day.
Yeah, and yeah, literally jumped ahead and yeah, just get ahead of the game really, because there's a lot of exciting things we're doing,
Okay.
and so like with so Geostream, obviously our bread and butter is managed IT, cybersecurity. That's just what we do. That's what we do, but we are very much in the AI world as well. So we've just going to launch Geostream AI as a separate service to what we offer, and the reason for that is AI is amazing. A lot of people think it's amazing. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people think it'll take over the world. And realistically, a lot of people are scared they're going to lose jobs. But where we come in is AI is doing a lot of good for businesses, but security is huge for it. And this is our bread and butter. So we combine them both because we can deliver them, but we also have the knowledge and skill to make sure they're secure for businesses.
Is that the AI itself, or people using AI to cyber attack businesses?
Oh,
I don't know. So
yeah, no. So it's more of a case of, I mean, it's whole varied, right? And the main thing is like using AI is always a threat because we're seeing many new attacks, like phishing emails, for example. You get many of those with AI, and that's where our cybersecurity and managed IT come in. The
okay.
GSM AI is more helping businesses use AI and be more productive, save time, and yeah, just reduce workload where we can so they can do more work. So things like that, really.
Because I think a lot of business owners, you mentioned some people are a little bit scared of it. I think a lot of business owners don't understand it. Certainly small businesses where, owners or people working within senior management of the business, they're not going to employ
Hmm.
do internally a specialist and develop AI. So they're a little bit nervous around what it can do, how they could potentially use it. So they don't fully embrace it. They might maybe touch on a couple of things. Are you finding that's something that you're having to educate, particularly small businesses, on a lot more?
Yeah, absolutely. So my approach normally is with our customer base is when I go out and see them, or if we go out and see them in general. But if I'm there, I will talk about AI in general and have a good conversation. And then I just ask the question of more like, what are people doing in the business that are repetitive, or what are people doing that, or what's something that you would like to happen and it's not, and you think, oh, that'd be great to be automated or something like that. So it's a case of it's just that general conversation, and then I do like a bit of a presentation of that's a very basic understanding of AI, what it can do, because you can go so advanced with it, and it could blow people's minds. But it's just a good understanding to have a basic understanding of what AI can do for the business.
Yeah.
Is that something you're interested in? If it is, then we'll go further. And just if more, it is education. It is also to calm some nerves because people are concerned. But it's also to highlight that this is here. It isn't going anywhere, and how can you utilize it to improve your business?
So if we if we potentially role play that one just for a minute, if that's okay, Chris. So for example, let's say at the minute you're talking to a stupid bastard and a thick twat.
Hold on, Ben, which is which?
I'll let the listeners decide. It's a close call, perhaps. So I'm sold on how wonderful AI can be, but I'm in the bracket, bit scared of it on terms of what it's actually going to churn out, how it's going to actually affect me, and the element of how I actually get to grips with it. Because these AI thing, I just pay for it and I never use it. I'm one of them. Right? I'm paying 30 quid a month for Claude, and I've used it twice and gone, I don't get it, and not looked at it for a while. And I get the gist if I'm writing a presentation, but I hardly ever do that. We have operating procedures, and maybe it could duplicate operating procedures for different products, but how on earth do I teach it what an operating procedure is and how I do it? I just get this mental wall and go, fuck it, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's more of a case of the way I'd approach that if I was speaking to you just about that as a customer, is it's more of the strategic part of it is what do you want to achieve as a business? Where are you trying to get to? That's how I'd approach it. And then understand, so AI, how can it improve your business? And then what do you want to use it for? So if you're just using it to do spreadsheets or anything like that, I'll probably demo that and show it you and help you understand how you can use AI, and also teach it about you, so you can give it like an understanding of who you are and what you're trying to achieve in your business, and make it learn about you really. But there's a lot of different ways you can do things. It's like you can use like AI agents, and you can use them and train an agent or give it an understanding of what you want it to do. And then obviously you feed it information and it can do some of the work for you, depending on what you want to achieve. So that's like the basic side. The more advanced side is you can actually create like custom like AI tools that can do something personal to your business, of the way how you work and stuff. So the way I see it is it's kind of the world's your oyster a bit, as long as you know what you want to achieve.
And I think therein lies the question, because what do I want to achieve is a tricky one to answer when I don't really understand what it's capable of. So if I were to say, Chris, we're after to be as efficient as possible across the board in production planning, in sales, in what else can it do, in finance reporting, okay, take each one of them things, what's possible, and then how easy is it for a numpty to actually implement? And that's where I get a bit lost.
Yeah. So I'll probably do a counter question to that is, I'll a bit more like, what do you want to achieve? What you clearly, you want to use AI to do something. You clearly got something in mind. You want to achieve something. Do you want to like speed up the process? Do you want the piece of planning to be automated in a way where you have to as little as possible? What's the end goal for you? And then that's how we would look at building what tools can be used to achieve that. That's how I would approach it.
See, this is where we need the conversation as opposed to what do I want to achieve, Ben? I have no idea. What's it capable of? I don't know. What do you want it to do? And like, fucking round and round in circles till we all get pissed off.
So just to jump in there as part of this kind of role play situation, is your job as a technical director, or a role that you play where you can go into businesses, you look around the business and you say, well, actually AI could do this for you and do that for you. So can you also, can you with Geostream get have your business almost audited for AI could do that?
Good.
So yes is the answer.
Okay.
But fundamentally how we work, because obviously it kind of ties into the managed IT as well. So when we bring on a new customer, for example, we do like thorough discovery and onboarding. So we get to know the business from like day one. And by doing that, obviously we do documentation, everything you normally do. And then after we complete onboarding, we start supporting the business. We have a really good understanding of what you do and what you're trying to achieve, and how the business functions, to then start to come to you with ideas, and AI is a piece of that. And it's like, have you ever thought of X, Y, Z? And that's why it's probably not a difficult conversation to have now, but it's because you can say, obviously, I want this sheet to do that and this to do that, but without fully understanding what you're trying to achieve, I could say multiple options and it might not work. So it's good to fully understand what you do and what you're trying to achieve, and then the perfect solution can be built for you, really.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you probably come across, well, you might not, but I'm assuming you come across a lot of guys like us that are exactly that. Yeah, I know about AI. I know about, stuff in IT, and I've got Microsoft Office that I pay my yearly subscription for, and but that's kind of all as much as I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that happens more often than anything, really. And that's because AI is coming so fast, and there's only a small percentage of the world, really, I think it is, that are using AI heavily. I think most people I think a lot of people don't use it. They only use the free AI tools out there, which is a risk, especially for businesses. Um, and then there's only a certain percentage of people who actually pay for a subscription. And obviously paying for subscription like a Claude or a ChatGPT or Grok or whatever it may be, and you're just talking to it, giving you answers, which is great, but it can go so far, so much further than that, which people probably don't understand. So I come in there to try and educate that. For first of all, the security piece, making sure it's being used properly, because the last thing you want is a data leak and you not realizing it. And then have you ever thought of this? Have you considered that? And the world's kind of your oyster a little bit. Obviously, there's different types of AI you can use, but it's like understanding the business, understanding what you want to achieve, and then I guess it's like anything, really. As long as you know what you want in the end goal, we can work toward it.
Yeah. That's. I think a lot of people they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they have this unconscious incompetence around AI because they don't realise that I've used ChatGPT and things, and I use it lots for harvesting data off the internet, because that's really easy. I can say, right, give me all the contact details for this type of business in this type of area that's got this type of facility. And yeah, ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, various other things, great at that sort of stuff. But that's the extent I've used AI myself, because, yeah, I know it can do other things, but I've got no idea how I would approach it.
So that's cool. So you use it for lead generation?
Yeah, I
You
use
just
AI a
ask
lot
it
for lead
who
generation.
potentially might be my customer for these products in this area?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or what
got a
I'll
good bit of
do
that.
is because I work a lot in climbing walls,
Okay.
but very specific climb walls, so they have to have certain devices within the wall because we make a component for that can be used with those devices. I'll actually say, right, tell me every leisure centre, facility, outdoor centre that has this type of climbing wall using this type of device in this area, and give me all their contact details. And AI is great. I find it great for that, for creating leads.
Yeah. So see, and that's a good start to the conversation. So like, if you've said that, then you've kind of got an idea what you're trying to achieve. So you want a list of contact details for that area.
Yeah.
So what I could come to you is that's great, but what you could do is use AI and automation to look for that pull out that target audience, automate that, and then it will do its thing, search for businesses in that area. It'll look at social media, things like that. And then what it'll do, it could add it to your CRM system or a contact list or something. But it's automated, so it runs once a week, once a day, twice a day, and it's always adding contacts.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's all automated, and then you can have it where AI could send an email if you want to go down that path where it's all automated and you don't have to do anything. And that's where the conversation starts. It's good to start to understand what you're doing, what you're trying to achieve, and what you want to achieve is contacts and a list of that type of
Yeah.
work, and that's what you're trying to do. And that's where I would come in and obviously explain that and give you options. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that?
Yes, so I'm using it to generate an Excel spreadsheet. What I could be using it for is to generate that spreadsheet, put it into my CRM system, categorize them all by X, Y, and Z, and then eventually, if I want, send out the mail shot emails and do that repeatedly for different areas at different points. And yeah, okay.
And obviously you would limit that. So obviously your domain is kept, because you don't want to send too many emails and just blacklist your domain and stuff. But it's a case of you would send a number of emails out in a period of time, and then it could all be automated. And then when you get a response or reply, then you get the trigger for you to make contact. So you've saved all your time doing that. Whereas right now you're creating the prompt, you get the list, you copy it, you put it in an Excel document, you make the calls, and that's just one of many scenarios.
Yeah. So I'm finding this kind of really interesting because Ben and I talk a lot about wanting to be able to spend more time with family and have less stress at work. And actually AI, once it's been taught what we need it to do correctly, could actually save us time to be able to spend more time with family, or to be, because it's not just about more time to create more work and create more income all the time. Sometimes the most precious thing is actually time and spending that time where you want to spend that time. Yeah,
and a big thing of that is repetitive tasks or things that take a long time to do. And if it's all repetitive, or if it's time consuming, then maybe there's something there that we can do with, or you could do with AI and automation to save you that time. So if you claw 4 hours a day back, that's half a day, for half a day to spend with family or something, or whatever you want to do, or do other work. So yeah, like I say, I think that the way I look at it is the world's kind of your oyster a bit, as long as you know what you want to achieve.
What you want to achieve.
Yeah, because it's difficult to understand that if you don't know. Because then, if you don't know, then how do you make something with not knowing what the outcome needs to be? And they're the conversations I have. And obviously, I do a lot of meetings with our customers and new customers. Sit down, really get to understand the business, and then make suggestions. And I try to ask the questions to unlock the mind to go, I not thought of that. And you just never know.
I think that's worth its weight in gold, just having somebody show, whether I'm stupid bastard or thick twat, whichever one you are, but exactly how, a few step by step by step. I mean, even if it's a YouTube video or something, just step by step, this is what to do, AI for dummies, step by step. I would benefit from that.
But I think it's how it can be harnessed to improve your life in whatever way you want it to improve your life. As I said, if it's making things more efficient, it's either giving you the time to make more money, do other jobs, do more productive jobs, spend time with family so that you can take time off from work because you're not having to do that, or a mix of both. And
Absolutely.
And why not be a mix of both?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing is, I think the biggest thing in the world, two of the biggest things in the world is obviously saving time and making more money or saving money, isn't it? They're the two things really, and that's what everyone's trying to achieve. And I think that's why you get a lot of different products out there and stuff, because all these things are giving solutions out there, but what they're actually doing, they are making your life easier, or they're going to help make you more money or save you money or whatever that may be. And that's that's with everything, right? And that's the same with AI. And it can, with AI and automation, it can really help get you toward that, really, that goal.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm just going to come off the AI
Yeah, yeah, sure.
conversation a little bit, although it's really interesting, and I'll probably end up, and I'm thinking Ben, I can see Ben's steam coming out of his ears as he's thinking, the fact that we'll probably both end up picking up with you outside of the podcast, outside of this chat. But so you mentioned earlier about you've had some pretty challenging times. So talk to me about some of that stuff that you've gone through and then how you overcame it.
So I think, like, the pretty challenging times is, I'm trying to think of the best one to say.
Say any or all.
Yeah, yeah. I think that probably the biggest challenging time is probably comes back to probably a few years ago, where before I was like technical director and stuff, and we're doing lots of good work and things like that. To be honest, I'll probably say before Geostream, the probably challenging time was where I worked at the schools, which was great, brilliant experience, things like that. But the travel, which was like a 40-minute journey there and back, or depending on where I go to which school, I could have drove like an hour and a half to a school. I think that'll put the biggest challenge in, because my daughter was so young as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously driving all that way, and like I say, I might end up getting into like 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, depending on what it is, because of how far of a distance. Even though like schools and things close at 3 and stuff, that doesn't always happen for everyone else.
Yeah.
When you're driving a lot of time, that probably one of the biggest challenging times for me was I didn't. I try not to miss a lot. I try to go to everything related to my daughter and stuff like that. But when you're traveling a lot,
Yeah.
that's challenging. So yeah.
And did it feel quite difficult? Because I'm guessing during that time, your wife was maybe on maternity leave with your daughter being so, so young.
Yeah.
Was it difficult not being there and
Um,
having to kind of leave and leave her, if you like, holding the baby all day, every day?
yeah, I mean, like I say, we've been very fortunate to have very supportive parents, both sides of the family. But it is very. I think we broke up there. Are we still there?
No, we're
Oh,
still
sorry,
here.
sorry, I thought you crashed. So yeah, both got very supportive parents, and they've been really helpful. So when I was traveling a lot, they were there to help my wife and stuff, which is great. But I think the challenging time for me was just the time being there, because you want to spend as much time as you want for the newborn, shall we say, and your family, and support your wife and stuff. And listen, it can be challenging at times. A newborn, first time parents. Um, People give you advice, but one thing I've learned personally is, as much as
I think we lost Ben.
okay,
That's fine. He'll be cut in and cut out.
that's fine.
Chris, I'm so sorry.
Are we
Are you
good?
struggling, Ben?
I'm so sorry. I'm on my phone now, so I'm so sorry about that. It just went from
Oh, okay.
39% to 6 in like fucking hell, and then it's gone. So,
Yeah.
you were away from your daughter. How difficult was that? Uh,
Yeah. So
um,
it. So yeah.
that was about where we were as far as I can remember. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was challenging, and like I say, we got very supportive family, which is great. But just being away is always challenging. But I was just into the part where, because we're new parents, and people give you lots of advice, which is obviously very grateful, but I almost think most advice probably may not work for you, and that's because every child's different. And what I've learned with my daughter, who is, to be honest, she's been amazing since day one, really. Um, she obviously has. She's very different to every other child, and every other child's different. So you learn and grow with her, and she will teach you, not other people taking advice, and that's what I learned. And yeah, it's been a bit what the best experience of my life, having my daughter for sure.
Yeah. And I think a lot of parents would echo that. Having children is yeah, there's nothing that comes close to it, I don't think.
Mm, there's not.
Uh,
There's not.
so yeah. And you've said it was quite challenging at the time. How did that affect you? How did you kind of overcome it? Did you reach out to people for help or support or just conversation or
Um, well, first of all, I mean, I'm a guy, so you don't kind of feel it. Um,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, I mean, basically, because I'm obviously a very driven person, I do lock into work and stuff. So, in a way, work helped
Okay.
in a bizarre way. But also, it it's obviously, like I say, support family and stuff like that. I know I've been very fortunate with family because I know a lot of people can have different challenges. So having the support of the family, being able to just look after my daughter, my dog, and just come and help when needed, and like now school and stuff, that's very helpful. So that's taken a lot of pressure and weight off our shoulders when it's needed. But yeah, that's I would say probably family, if anything. Obviously, my wife, but most of it, yeah, you tie it up as a guy, I think. And the thing is, for me, it's I guess I don't know if I'm old school or what, but you want as a guy, I want to provide for my family. So that determination there is just get through it. So
Yeah, yeah. And has there been times that you've gone through where, and not to sound too blunt, but you've felt I'm not succeeding, I'm not doing what I should be for my family, and it's affected you, or
hmm
has it been that actually you seem to have a really strong support network, so you've never kind of hit that, if you like?
yeah, I probably never really hit that. However, it's the case of I know the importance of spending time with family. I've got a comment. Someone did a comment. I don't know who it was. I don't know if on the internet or wherever, but they say, what is it, where you can be replaced in your work like in a day, but your family will grieve forever or something like that. Something on those terms, right? And that's like stuck with me because like even though I'm still driven for work and I put everything into it, that is always in my back of mind, and that just it's important to make sure you do spend time. Now, my wife will probably say otherwise, but I do try. I still need to work hard on it. I still need to work more on it. But this is why what we're doing at my company, what I'm trying to do is be more efficient. I will delegate more. AI will help us, and by doing all those things, it frees my time up to do other things at work. But also, maybe I don't need to work to 3 a.m. sometimes in the morning, or 2 a.m. every now and then just to catch up, or even like, because we get a lot of new business, which is great, right? 'Cause that means we're doing a good job. But you want to put the time in and make sure it's done perfectly, so you put the extra time in, whilst making sure you're providing the best service still to your current customers, because that's as important, because your current customers are obviously paying customers, and you want to make sure they'll get the best service. So you don't want to add new and impact them, because that's what it's all about. And then you grow slowly, and like I say, we will depending on how many customers we bring on and the size of them, we'll then hire. So it's a nice flow. So it's just important to get those things right.
And I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head around the importance in family life of having that good network around you
Mm.
that can support you and not pick up the slack as such, but step in and really help when you need them because you're busy working, or you're trying to do something else to provide because of that. Yes, that male thing of I'm the provider that males often feel, but then, as you've said, it starts to get busier at work, and it's about having that good team around you at work. That means you're not spending all your time at work, and you can spend time with the family.
Yeah, exactly. I think a big thing is surround yourself by good people if you can. work, out and about and stuff. And yeah, and obviously me having a very supportive family at both sides, I owe a lot to them, but I can see that as well. I don't take it. I try not to take it for granted. I do know, even though I'm a very driven and passionate person to do the best and really succeed in life, I know I wouldn't be in the position I am today without family either, because they've really helped. Um, and I may have still got here, but it'd been much harder than without their help. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And we've talked about some of the challenges. Tell us about kind of the best moment in your life, excluding the birth of your daughter, because
yeah,
we all know that that's going to be the highlight. But and probably the marriage to your wife. I'm guessing, just in case she listens.
yeah.
So out exclude those sorts of things which we assume would be the top highlights. Give us that kind of that moment in your life since becoming a parent that you've actually gone, yeah, that was the high.
Yeah. So, I mean, from a business point of view, I think for me, becoming technical director was a massive achievement in my life. Because of who I work for, my CEO, who very much look up to, he's just fantastic, and the people I work with, the team we got here is just fantastic, and to be able to ensure they're obviously enjoying work and we're all going in the right direction. For me, becoming technical director alongside the managing director and help build and move the company forward. For me, I was over the moon with that, and I'm still honoured today to be in this position. And the more as every day goes by, we're doing more and more things, and we're becoming. It's just great. So I'm really honoured to be in this position, really, and kind of where we are as a business and what we're doing for our customers. Yeah, just fantastic.
Awesome. And you've got to there. So what's the family / work dream 10 years?
Oof, 10 years. I
Where
mean,
would you want to be?
how do you answer that? I mean, we might have robots by then.
Well, yeah, that's it. Will you
Um,
actually just be sat at home having
yeah,
an AI technical director that you've taught?
that's it. That's
Be
it.
cool though, wouldn't it? That'd be the dream.
Yeah. So it would, yeah. It would, yeah.
Hey, as long as you're still getting paid.
That's it. That's it. So, like I say, in 10 years, oof, it's hard to say. But what we're trying to do is obviously keep growing the business, but not grow it to a point where we're overwhelmed as such. I mean, we're busy enough, so we could keep bringing lots of customers in, but we're in a position where what we do is we do bring a lot of customers in, but we gradually bring them in as well, because again, we don't overwhelm the team, we don't impact the current customer base, so we do it gradually, and do it properly as well. We want to obviously grow the business there. Obviously, we have a US office as well, so we want to grow that and make that have more customers over there. So I am involved in that, but my main focus is obviously the UK, and like I say, just grow the business and be be a force in this sector, really, in IT, just in IT, just be a brilliant name, and people know us, and they know why we're in this. Why we're in this is because we want to build relationships and work with good people. That's what we do, and that's important.
And 10 years time, your daughter's going to be the age of kind
Oh,
of
don't.
university and things and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
When she says, Dad, should I go to university?
Mm. I mean, I will. It's important to let my daughter obviously follow her own journey as well, with the right guidance from us, obviously, and that's what we aim to do. I would, if my advice would be not to go to uni, in my opinion. I didn't. You're just gonna be in debt from day one, and a lot of skills now with AI and stuff. It's a different world we're in, right? So she's very interested in animals and stuff. So I'll be very much guiding her and encouraging her, if that's what she wants to do, is to probably get into, I don't know, to work with animals like a zoo or something like that, maybe an apprentice like I did. It did wonders for me. But it all depends on, because she's only 8, right? Things over different days, she had different interests. So things can change. So it's more just let her try and decide what she's interested in, what she wants to do, but guide her along the way, and give her pointers. And yeah, I would avoid university myself. That doesn't mean university is not good, but for me, it wasn't. It wasn't for me, and fundamentally, I just didn't want to be in debt from day one. That was the goal, and my goal is to make money, do good in business, and provide for family. And I just felt going to university didn't meet that journey.
Completely
for
agree.
me
If you
anyway.
want to be a
It sounds like it was absolutely the
if
right
you want to be a
choice.
doctor or a lawyer, fair one, you need uni. Everything else, waste of time. So sorry, listeners who are educated, but you needn't be bothered unless you're a lawyer. I'm just going to leave us.
And who's to say that in a few years' time we'll need lawyers because AI? You'll
we've
just
got
be able
enough
to ask
lawyers.
AI.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing today is, I think a lot of people are concerned about that, and they're right to be. And I'm going to be honest, AI will replace jobs. It's going to happen. It'll also make new jobs as well. But I think what everyone needs to just understand with AI today is the important thing is to use it, so at whatever capacity, right? Start to understand it because it's here, and like I say, go along with the journey and adapt with the times. And no matter what you do, AI will help, can support you, and don't view it as it's going to replace you. View it as it's going to support you achieving what you want to do, because that's what it is today, and that's what I'm obviously trying going out there and obviously assisting customers and kind of bring a bit of peace of mind at the moment as well, because it is a bit of a scary time for people. So.
Yeah, I can understand. And I think I heard somebody say somewhere about AI that yes, it will replace lots of jobs, but those jobs will end up being replaced by jobs for people to teach AI, to teach the AI systems about those jobs that they're going to be replacing.
Yeah. Mm.
Yes, it will replace jobs, but it will create jobs at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, the things what AI won't replace, right? Which is important. Like this, right? AI is not going to replace people communicating, talking, and it's like feelings, right? Or like, you ever been like, randomly you walk down the street or something and there's a smell and you just it reminded you of like a time on holiday or something, right?
Yeah.
Those experiences, the feeling, that can't be replaced by AI, because that's just a human thing, right? So they're the things that can never be replaced. Just experiences and stuff. So, and this is why podcasts like this, I think, is important today. And there's a human interaction, communication, and I am also a big believer in ensuring you do keep up communication at a human level, not just AI everything, because everything we do, like if you pick up if you ring a number, you're pressing 1, 2, 3, or 5, right? Depending on what department you want to be in, and then it's an AI agent or a robotic voice, and we always strive. I want to speak to a human. I want to speak to a human, and that's what people, in my opinion, are going to crave more than ever going forward. So if you can in your business keep that human touch and that human element, I think that's really important.
Yeah. And just before we wind up, because we've probably got to wind up quite soon, unfortunately, to an extent. One question that we ask everybody is, if there's one piece of advice you could give to a business owner, senior manager that's a parent and is trying to juggle or struggling with things at the minute, what would it be?
So I'll probably say what I touched on earlier. First and foremost is, when it comes to family, because whether you're under pressure, whether you're at a bad point in your life, the people that is going to be there, obviously, if you've got a good a good business and good people at work, they'll support you. Like I would at Geostream, but fundamentally, your family is going to be there. They will always be there, no matter what happens. So I probably contradict myself a little bit, and I probably need to learn my own advice here. Is be intentional with your presence. So, like I say, you can be physically there with family, but you can also. But if you think about work, or you're doing emails, or you're doing social media, you. My wife tells me sometimes that you're just not there. So it's about being emotionally there, being there in the moment as well as physical. So I think that's the most important thing. So like for me, I try and have a strict rule with my daughter, that if when she's up, I try not to do any work, because I want to be there in the moment, because it's very important. So there's that. And then one other thing is, this sounds probably a bit cheesy, so sorry guys, is if you are really struggling and stuff and you just have no clue, you're struggling, like we lose it, I think, because of how we're in our own worlds and just how we all live these days. But just go outside and at night and just look at the stars, and you realise how small everything is. And I think we've lost that with a lot of things we do in our life, and I think you just think, wow, I'm here and stuff, and that. I mean, I'm into all that stuff, right? Space and stuff. But like, I think if you just look at the stars, you're like, wow, things are very insignificant, and what you're worrying about today, you'd be worrying about in 5 years. Probably not.
Yeah.
It's like, is it worth worrying about? Obviously, it's easy for me to say that because there's many different scenarios where people are worrying about different things, but fundamentally, I think, yeah, it's try to enjoy your
Chris,
life
I
whilst you're here,
absolutely
I
love that.
guess.
Just
Yeah.
pause a
Awesome.
sec. Am I
Yeah.
right in thinking, Chris, a little birdie told me you want to start a podcast soon? Okay, stop
Yeah,
there.
well,
No,
I'm trying to, mate. I've
That's
got
right.
stuff. I'm
Record again, Stu. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. So before we let you go, Chris, you have another ambition that you're about to start soon. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to start. I'm going to try and start anyway
we
with
don't know.
time and all that. Is I want to start my own play podcast, but also I'm also going to play some videos on YouTube and stuff about Microsoft 365 and the security piece and everything like that, and AI. Like I say, I think you touched upon it, about videos are helpful for people
That'd
who
help me
don't
know.
understand AI and stuff. I think because I'm doing it day to day anyway, and it's my thing with customers. I think I'll probably end up doing a YouTube channel of me just talking through AI, 365, the things I know about, but also I want to do a podcast, and again, want to talk to businesses and their challenges with AI and IT and stuff, and understand that more really. So that's something I'm looking to do. I think, like I say, the reason I want to do it is because I really enjoy talking to people, and I think the human touch element, communication is going to be more important than anything. So it's more of a case of to really
Personally,
move
I
that
think
forward.
that's what a lot of people do. What I'm visioning is, does anybody recollect seeing almost like a little poster with cavemen pushing a wagon up a hill with square wheels, and then behind it another caveman with circle wheels, and they're saying they're too busy to accept his help. So they can't accept his help. They're too busy trying to push the cart up the hill. This is my version of that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's not my subject, and I can't find time to figure it out. I personally, you, Chris, and I dare say there will be a staggering amount of people in a very similar boat. So when it's set up, please keep us posted, because I think that's a Delta idea. The only thing I'll mention, and I'm not one to give advice, but the only thing I'll mention is Stuart came to me with this idea a couple of months before we did anything. And then one day we just not looked at each other quite, it wasn't that romantic, was it? But we sort of went, we basically went, right, Monday, 7:00, we'll make a start. And literally every week, that's just disciplined. We're finding time once a week, have an hour. So yeah, make that, this time is a big, big, big thing. But until you make that mental switch of, I'm doing this time in the diary, done. And I think you'll go far. I really think that's a belting idea.
I agree. I agree.
And the other bit I'd mention potentially to think of,
you.
because in making these podcasts, there's editing, there's quite a bit of work behind the scenes. Find yourself some daft twat to partner with and let them do all the shit. Let them do all the dicking about, all the uploading, all the editing. All you got to do is sit there and waffle on the subject, and some unfortunate knobhead will help you with all the boring stuff.
And have your
On that
laptop pack up halfway through
Some of us are
an
beyond help.
interview, so that the other daft twat has an even bigger nightmare editing this episode. Yeah,
Right,
thanks,
my
Ben.
work here is done.
Just really quickly, before we say goodbye, Chris, just tell us if people want to reach out to yourself, Geostream, and get support with IT, understanding AI. How can they reach you?
Yeah, so you can obviously go to our website, geostream.co.uk. All our details on there, everything we're doing. I can obviously leave my contact details with you guys and share that. But yeah, fundamentally, go to our website from the podcast and reach us from there. There's quite a lot of different things there, and you'll probably end up getting filtered through to me anyway. So through all the team. So yeah,
Brilliant, Chris. Thank you very much for that. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I certainly will be in contact with you in the next week or two to chat about stuff for our business. And we're not located too far apart. We're only just down the road from kind of you. So yeah, I'm interested to chat further about utilizing AI better for ourselves.
Awesome.
I'm interested in the channel you're going to create. AI for Dummies that teach somebody to. I'll volunteer to be the thick twat or something and do a couple of examples. I think that's got legs. I think it's a good idea, and we wish you the very best.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I appreciate the feedback. Thank you, guys.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Chris. And yeah, maybe we'll speak to you again in the future and see how things have gone.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, guys. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll speak soon.
Brilliant.
Cheers, guys.
Well, there's some interesting takeaways there. I mean, for me personally, I need to give myself a kick up the arse and come into the 21st century. Won't be this week because I've got to buy a new car, as you've probably gathered from the beginning of this week's episode. But there's some useful hints there.
Yeah, I think you say you need to come into the 21st century.
I totally do. I'm a complete dinosaur.
But I think I'm relatively in the 21st century, but there's still a lot for me on there, though.
There is. I mean, they can teach you how to CAD cut so you don't fuck up a big order.
But, well, I could probably get AI to do all the design work. So yeah, I think there's. I don't know. I think I need to embrace it a little bit more than be quite. I wouldn't say I'm scared of it, but a little bit. Oh, it's far too complicated. Won't bother with that. It's too complicated.
It's too much for me, as I said.
Yeah.
I pay £30 a month and don't even look at it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
See, I've never paid for AI. Never paid for it to date. So yeah. Anywho, right then, I think before we wrap up, because we don't want to ramble on for as much as before.
We normally do. Before
we spoke to Chris. So let's get into this. The big question.
Philosophical one today.
Oh, okay.
And the thing that does me about some of these questions is they ask the question, listen to the answer, look at you gone out, and then just go off and play with something. They're not even fucking bothered to the answer that you're trying to come up with for this mind-bending stumper of a question. Why are doors called doors? Why aren't doors called like windows or table or something? Why are doors called doors? And you sit there scratching your head, don't know, maybe it says the person that invented it, this, that, and the other, and by the time you finish trying to explain that, they've gone.
Yeah. But I don't know, you see, because I've been in pubs sometimes and someone's asked me which window do I want to leave through. So maybe they're interchangeable.
They could well be interchangeable. Yeah, I didn't even answer that one. I tried and she walked off, so yeah. Neither did I, but 30 seconds later she'd gone, so we'll put that in the it doesn't matter category.
Sounds like some of your staff.
We'll ask to yeah. Speaking of which, you've got any jobs going, I know someone who's going to be looking. But yeah, that's the thing.
Or if you want a job, I know somebody that's looking.
But it doesn't niggle me in a mind away from your kids. They ask something. And it's not just your kids, is it? But people ask something where they're trying to be polite, they generally don't really give a toss what the answer is. Sit and look at you, gone out, and then go, and walk off.
No,
Why'd you fucking ask me then?
Yeah, but it's not just your kids that stump
It
you.
really isn't.
It's
It
even
really
it's
isn't.
even at work where people ask you things like, "When are we going to get paid?"
Yeah. Not had that one for a
And
while.
you're scratching your head. That's being a business owner.
Oh, ain't it just? Ain't it just? I'll tell you the other thing. I've been demoted again.
Go on then.
This week's joke.
Oh yes. So we have this week's joke, and very, very kindly, you've recorded it for us again. So
It's one of my daughters again.
Should
So
we
I've
listen
not got
to
a joke this week.
a joke from one of your daughters? So we've
my
not got a double
4-year-old.
whammy.
Not this week.
Okay, well let's listen to another joke from a 4-year-old.
What do you call a sheep with no arms and legs? A cloud.
What do you call a sheep with no arms and no legs? A cloud. It looks like a cloud if you chop the arms and legs off, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. If you chop the arms and legs off, it might be a bit of... Well, it would certainly be red sky at night.
It would, well... Afternoon delight. No, that's in Paris you're going to. But yeah, I think she's enjoying doing the jokes, so we'll let her run with it.
Yeah, she's a right little comedian.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
My
What I did
2-year-old jabbering in the background.
I was going to say, I could hear your 2-year-old obviously enjoying the joke in the background. So, well, maybe he's learning to pick some stuff up, and maybe in a few weeks' time it'll be his joke.
Well, yeah. We'll all look forward to that one.
Right, week ahead, just very quickly.
Week ahead, 2 things. We're looking at buying a new house next year. We need an extra bedroom, possibly 2. We're thinking of 5-bed or a 4-bed with plenty of room for me to have an office, so I'm not in the wife's storeroom with a sideline and in my conservatory where when it's 30 degrees outside, it's 40 degrees in here, and I sit here sweating trying to talk to you. You're not that exciting.
I was going to say, not sweating because you're talking to
what
me.
you may believe. And to be honest, there's a house opposite which is absolutely spot on. It ticks that box. It's going to be next year, really, before we can make a move, because going through an insolvency 2 years ago, I've still got a CCG on my record till February. Yeah. And I need 2 years pretty good accounts before a mortgage broker will... Basically, I can get a mortgage tomorrow, but this time next year, there's 150 grand difference on what my affordability is. So you think, well, let's just hunker down for another year then. But no, house opposite, absolutely smashing, like it a lot. It's not the best time for the market. So it's got an open day. So I thought I might sit on my front lawn in a string vest, chucking beer cans around with Slap Your Bitch Up on the boom box. My neighbour's away on holiday during this look round day. So we might put some, I don't know, risque flags up. Vote Labour or something. No one will want to live on this road if there's a Labour member living opposite, party member. Well, that came to mind first, but I think the Labour Party sign might be worse. So that's me Saturday. And on Sunday, it's my little boy's 2nd birthday party, so that'd be nice.
Bless him.
Yeah, we just rented out the church hall and a few toys and blow some balloons up, bit of party food, and 2 hours later, everyone fuck off and we'll go to bed because it's going to be... about 6 or 7 screaming 18-month-old 2-year-olds who we don't know anyway. It'd be nice to meet some other parents, actually, because we just asked his nursery teachers who's he mates with, sort of thing, and we invited them. I don't really.
Mates with it.
Oh, you don't know, do you? Who does he hang around with? And
just invite everybody from nursery. In his year. I don't
bloody hundreds of
them.
Well, we could do, but no, we just says who's the 6 or 7 people he pals about with best, and she were like,
6, 7?
These kids are fucking idiots just like he is, so they'll have a great time. So that's Sunday. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. Well, that was a very short description as per brief. Not.
It was fairly short, wasn't it?
Well, it was fairly short for you.
Yeah, very short for me. We know what you're doing. Your better half's staying for a week or 2, so you ain't got to explain what you're doing. We get it.
With the kids, yes.
No, you're not doing that sort of thing with kids. You get arrested for that.
No, the kids are here as well.
What's he? Go on then. What are you doing? Am I wrong? What are you doing?
What are we doing?
There you
we
go.
are, and I can say this, although I have got to say it quietly, just in case the kids hear, we're going to Alton Towers.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
kids don't know.
What?
Free ticket. I got free tickets to Alton Towers.
That's
So
cool.
the
How'd
kids
you manage
don't know
that?
I got them free. Sky TV.
Okay.
And for some odd reason, I've said Sky, and on the background, my Sky TV switched on a little while ago. So, yes, Sky TV do something called Sky VIP Rewards. It's just ballots. You put your name in. It's free.
Okay.
And every so often you'll get a thing to say, hey, you've actually been selected in the
Won
ballot. So
something.
I was selected and got
That's
4
cool.
free tickets to...
Okay.
Well, I actually got 4 free tickets to Alton Towers that I had to use before the end of the year. 4 free tickets to Cadbury World, which I've got to use before the end of the year. So that's booked later on in the summer.
Yeah.
And then 4 free tickets to Chessington World of Adventure.
Oh, you got your brownie points this summer, haven't
So
you?
that's booked in for October half term.
Yeah, that's cool. Well done, you.
So, yeah, all just because of Sky Rewards. So, yes, Sky can be quite pricey, but Sky's not bad, actually. And we're not even sponsored by them. I just like it.
Oh, good for you. Something positive to say
So,
about the phone
yeah,
this week.
quite nice little wins.
Nice little wins.
Little feel-good things. So,
Good for
yeah,
you.
it's all right. So that's the weekend. Anywho, I think it's time that we wrap up. So,
Yeah, fuck
if
off,
you're
then
still
I'll
listening,
talk to you next week.
please don't forget to follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen. Do also feel free to get in touch with your stories or top tips about how you balance your parenting business, or just emails to tell us to shut up and go away. You can either leave us a comment or drop us an email to podcast@parentingbusiness.com. Also, if you do happen to like what you hear, please make sure you share the podcast with other parents and business owners, and please leave us a 5-star review to help us spread the support. And with that, I think it's time to say we will see you next Thursday.
Yeah.